Hello viewer and welcome to Family Hour here at Church of Uganda Family TV. My beautiful name is Claire Wenje, your world's favorite host. Welcome and thank you very much for joining in. Wow, the month is running. Yeah, the year is running as well. But we hope you are well and the Lord is keeping you very, very, very well. Thank you for joining the Family Hour. Remember, we come to you every Monday to Friday under different themes. And today we are here under the theme of parenting. The show is in partnership with Life Ministry Uganda. You can check them out on the website or social media platforms. They will be happy to connect with you. Today we have a very, very beautiful topic, and I believe it is timely for the parents and children, for the children as well. Our topic this evening is resilient parents and children. I think that is a dream of every parent and every child to nurture, to nurture resilient children. And of course, as parents, you can't nurture a resilient child when you yourself, you're not resilient. You give what you have. So this is a very amazing topic, and to discuss this great topic, which is taken from the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 12. Fulfilling the fifth commandment. To discuss this great topic is an amazing, phenomenal, virtuous woman, none other than Mrs. Mercy Tushabe Agala. Very, very powerful and great woman. I had a talk with her before we started the show, and I seen the power in her speech. This is a lady that we brought for you today to discuss this great topic. Ladies and gentlemen, the family, our lovers, let's welcome this great woman on the show tonight. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Happy to have you on this show.
It's a privilege.
Wow.
Yes.
Say hello to the viewers and then we'll start the show. And definitely you let them know how great you are. A woman called by God.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Claire. Hi viewers, like Claire has already introduced me, my name is Mercy Tushabe Agala, and I'm married to one man all the time.
Wow,
by God's grace, by God's grace, I have two children, and yes, I'm into civic leadership and as well a businesswoman. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll be blessed.
Definitely. We are happy to have you. How is parenting your side? You said you have two children. How is it going?
Parenting is very okay. I'm one person who takes parenting as a gift. So I'm so privileged, and I find it so awesome to be doing this thing with God.
I love it.
I have two children. However, there are other children that I do not give birth to biologically, but I take care of them. Like I said, I'm into civic leadership. So these are people under the NGO. I happen to be under an NGO called Edna Charity Outreach, and mainly we look at children. So I happen to parent those children as well. And as if that's not enough, me being the firstborn at home, I also had the chance, an opportunity to parent,
deputy parents.
Yes, deputy parents as one of those, because as the firstborn, and I have 4 followers, with a very big gap in between me and the secondborn. So I had the opportunity to parent even before I became a parent. So parenting has been such a gift to me. It is something I don't take for granted at all. I'm super grateful, and now that I have my own kids, oh my God, I can't wait to do what I'm supposed to do. Yes.
Wow. I told you, as you can see, she's a right person to discuss this amazing topic tonight. So we'll quickly dig deep into this topic, the reason you're here. So what does resilience mean to you as a parent, and how do you cultivate that quality in your children? And maybe before you really discuss this or define this, can you please read for us Exodus 20 verse 12, because I know maybe a few out there would love to follow through on that.
Okay. Exodus 20 verse 12 happens to be our fifth commandment, and it says, respect your father and mother so that you may live long in the land that I'm giving you.
Wow.
Yes. So back to our topic about resilience. I would define resilience as the ability to bounce back after challenges, after issues, because as parents we go through a lot. Even kids go through a lot. Now that we're talking about resilience for parents and children, they also go through a lot.
A lot.
Yes. So on the side of parents, it doesn't differ from what the kids go through because they all have challenges. So for me, I would define resilience as the ability to bounce back with a sense of hope and strength.
Wow.
Yes.
And just like you mentioned, in this time, really children go through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If you, as a parent, if we do not pay attention to them, of recent us really having a talk with one of the counselors, one of the great counselors in the country, and she was actually telling us depression those days was not paid attention to, anxiety and all that. But now our children are going through trauma, stress, anxiety, depression, and as parents we actually don't realize that our children are going through that, and we keep saying maybe my child is being stubborn, my child is being confused and all that, and we are actually not understanding that there is something that they're going through. So when you mentioned that children are going through a lot, it takes me back to what she told me. And indeed as parents we have to know that indeed our children are going through a lot.
They are.
Yeah, so like I asked, how do you cultivate that quality in your children?
In my children, like I said, they are still young, but of course the Bible says train them up in a way that they will not depart from.
Exactly.
So one of the ways that we are able to cultivate this resilience in these children is first and foremost by teaching them that failing is not permanent. And then encouraging them to rise up even after falling.
Exactly.
We also normally emphasize. We emphasize relationships with people. We emphasize open relationships with them, because you see, as you want to be resilient, you also need people around you. So we also emphasize positive mind. I love the verse in Philippians 4:8 that says, whatever is pure, whatever is noble, whatever is beautiful, think about only those. While there are many challenges, there are also many beautiful things.
Exactly.
So we normally encourage them and emphasize having a positive mind. But we also tell them that these challenges come as opportunities for you to grow. For example, look at a child trying to walk. They keep falling and standing up. So if they don't stand up the second time, if they fall and just stay there, then that means they'll never walk. So for us, we emphasize the need for them to understand that actually challenges come for them as opportunities for them to grow up. Yes.
Wow, I love that. And mostly when you say that, you know, falling and then standing up, because life is never straight. Like, it has ups and downs. So when you fall and remain there, you have failed, really. So I really like that. So how do you interpret, you just read for us the scripture, how do you interpret the commandment, honor your father and mother, in today's context? What does it mean to you and your children? Who are still little, maybe all the other children that you're talking about.
The fifth commandment, for me, how I interpret it in the current context, I think it goes beyond respect. Yeah, I think it goes beyond respect. It goes way ahead appreciating the sacrifices that parents are doing for these children, going for the values that these parents have put in us. For me, that is what I would refer to as honor in this current situation. Because gone are the days when you just have to respect your father. But now there are many sacrifices that these parents are doing. So are you honoring those sacrifices? Are you appreciating the sacrifices that they are doing? And on top of the sacrifices, are you going according to the family values? Because Christian families have values. So you as a child, for you to honor your parents, I think it's beyond the fear, it's beyond the respect. Gone are the days when fathers would enter the house and children run. Yes. It has since changed. For now, for you to honor a parent, I hope, you don't have to go through particular things. You just have to make sure that you are in line with the family values. And then maybe you asked another question of how. For us, we emphasize an open communication, mutual respect from both the kids and also us on our end as parents. We have to respect each other, both in front of these kids or even where they are not. And also the kids have to respect us. And we also have to respect their views. We have to listen to them. When it comes to emotional intelligence, you just have to give them that. You have to listen to them. You have to listen to their fears, so as to be honored. I was sharing with a few ladies some time back, and I told them, well, we normally emphasize honor your parents, but as parents, are we honorable enough? Are we honorable enough? Are we fit to be honored by these children? So I think it's a two-way. Yes, in this context, it's a two-way. Kids nowadays are too exposed. You're not going to do something and you expect them to over-respect you. Zero. You reap what you sow. If you're disrespectful somewhere, somehow, they'll reply you the way they want to reply.
Yeah, they do what they say.
So even as we want to be honored as parents, we also have to be honorable in the things we do, the way we speak, the way we do things, the way we think, the way we speak to these children, the way we speak to the people around us. For me, that's what I feel in this context.
Wow. Mercy, you're really speaking so loud and I can hear you like so properly. Yeah, if what we need to see in our parents, in our children, it begins with us. And I'm parenting really a toddler, I should say, really a very young child, and I'm seeing it firsthand. I do something, the next day you'll find she's doing exactly what I did. So, wow. It puts us to a challenge, to a task as children. We do what we want as children to do. Yeah. I really love that. And are there some challenges really that you have faced in your parenting journey that tested your resilience? How did you overcome them, Mercy?
Challenges concerning parenting. I actually faced one major challenge even before I gave birth. And I'm not afraid to say this because as a born again, this is something that I know it's only God that helped me go through. So even before I became a parent, I had an ectopic pregnancy.
Sorry.
Yes, and for people that know about it, it's normally a very tough thing. And it brings about fears for you to feel like, oh my God, should I try again? What if this and this happens? Because the reasons they normally give you are telling you maybe the tubes are like this and this. The scientists understand their way of doing things. But how did I become resilient? Because I knew from day one, God is going to help me. So that was one of the challenges that I faced. But if God got me out of that, then these other ones, I always have this thing of, if I was able to conquer this is something very small. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, so that was one of the challenges that I faced. The other challenge was my child, the firstborn, the first child was a bit, I don't want to say slow because, I mind a lot about my language, but she was born with like 4 other kids around the same time, and they seemed to be way faster than she was in everything. Be it walking, be it crawling, be it doing anything. They seemed to be way faster than she was. So of course as a parent, you feel like, oh my God, what did I do right? Am I feeding her right? Am I doing this and this? So that was another challenge that I faced. But eventually how I overcame these challenges, number one, of course, through prayer.
Exactly.
Yes, you get on your knees and tell God, now I think I have failed. How can I do this? And God tells you, you know what? Turn this and this. Do like this and this. He literally sends people to talk to you. I sought counsel. I sought mentorship. I got to a point of like asking people, is this okay? Is this like this? And until I got to know that actually the baby was very normal. And the enemy can try to whisper funny things.
Yes.
I remember the time I almost took my baby for a run. What is that? There is a situation, what is it called? Autism. I almost took her for an autism test, something of that sort, from the hospital, because I felt like they weren't moving the way they're supposed to move. But guess what? Those were the sounds of the enemy. So I got to read about it. I prayed about it a lot. I prayed about it. I sought mentorship. I spoke to people. I read a lot about it. And I realized kids are very different. Very different. So for me, in my mind, I know everyone is made unique, in God's image, but unique. So that is one way I've overcome such challenges. And I know such challenges are there to even make us stronger. Probably by then, before I got the ectopic that I've told you about, maybe my faith was a bit shaken. But now nothing can shake my strength, my faith. So it made me even stronger. And that is how I'm even able to tell the kids, if something doesn't kill you, it's actually going to make you more stronger. So that's how I'm able to overcome those challenges.
Resilience. Yes. I love that. And that's true. I like it when you say through prayer. And also understanding that every child is different.
Totally different.
My dear, as parents, we go through a lot. Now, I speak from the shoes of a parent. Like, my firstborn didn't do stuff that my secondborn is doing. And I'm like, okay, will this affect her? Because This one is trying to walk faster, is trying to stand a bit, and my first did it later. Like, okay, is it quite a lot? But you know,
True.
Yeah, we take everything to God in prayer, and I love that. And it's an encouragement to every parent out there. Are you going through a situation? God knows it all. Take it to Him in prayer, and He will help you to go through it. So how important, let's talk about, you know, I don't know if you have like that support system around you. So how important is having support system, maybe let's say family, friends, community, in fostering resilience in both parents and children?
I believe first and foremost that a problem shared is half solved. So yes, we all need people around us.
Exactly.
And as a parent, I have people around me. I'm one person who loves older people. Yeah, I love to associate with old people, people who have children that are even fit to be my young brothers, not my children. So yes, I have that support from family, from friends mostly. I really value my friends, and these are people that will really sit me down, reassure me this and this. So we all need people around us because they give us that reassurance that you know what, it's going to be well. That you know what, this is possible. Even if you're not seeing it this way, it's going to be like this and this. And then secondly, we need them for the practical help. So someone will literally come. I remember some friends coming and making my child to like stand. They would say, today I've come and I want to live when Hosanna has stood. The practical help. So for me, I believe we all need people around us. By the way, it's good to do life with someone else because you cannot do it on your own. You can never know everything on your own. I'll read A and you'll read B. So if we bring it together, we're having A and B. Yet if you were alone, I would have stayed with only A and it wouldn't help maybe much as A and B can also help. So I think we all need support. And we just need to pray about that support. We need to pray for the right support.
Exactly.
Yes, while we are parenting, we need to pray for the right support.
The right support.
God answers every simple prayer. You tell Him, God, I just need the right people around my children. Trust me, they'll be there.
Okay,
You're like, I'll just need the right support. You know, the right support, God answers prayers. There are times you need financial help, and God will send someone financially, not physically. So I think we all need people around us. For all different ways, spiritual. You tell someone, can you imagine this and this? And they're like, it's okay. I can't be there physically with you, but I'll pray with you. And it means a lot. It changes something. Okay. Yes, so we all need support.
Okay. And I really love that. I think one of the things that really I've had young parents talk about is the challenge of maids, house helps, nannies. How has it been on your side?
Oh my God, I've been so unlucky with maids.
Oh, sorry.
So unlucky. To honest that now I don't have a maid and I'm okay. Yes, I don't have. I even don't like calling them maids because I feel like it's even a bit. It's a bit not so nice. But those people, the caretakers, I haven't been lucky with them because I literally had. I remember the last one came and said, you know what? Me, I thought you would be like staying in Kampala, but you're not in Kampala. Like I think she wanted to stay like on Kwanaked, so she left. Wow. Yeah, she didn't want like a silent. She was feeling so bored. So I'm like, wow, if these are the reasons that are taking people, I think it's high time I just got to. Yeah. So for me, I've been so unlucky with maids. That is one sure thing. But on the other hand, I don't regret because I believe everything happens for a reason. Exactly. And for that case, I've been able to be a very present mom to my children. I'm there literally every single time. I know everything that concerns them. I know how to do it, of course, by the grace of God and the help of God. So I haven't been lucky with the maids. I can't even say much about them.
I get it. I get it. So how has it been easy for you to juggle all that? You're a businesswoman and then you're a leader somewhere, and now you're a present mother, wife, and
that's why I said in the first place we all need support. I have very supportive family and friends. My friends are really supportive. I'm the kind who will tell them tomorrow I have this and this, and they'll tell me it's okay. Tomorrow I don't have a fixed program, I can come and stay with your kids. And they'll come, wholeheartedly. And then, if there is anything you need to do, make sure that you marry right. I thank God I have a very supportive husband that I'll tell, I actually have a show tomorrow, please help me stand in. And then also we thank God for technology. Technology has simplified things in a way that I can actually work from home. So I also thank God for that. So I'm able to do everything. Somewhere, somehow, God enables me to do everything with my children. Right now, I've left them home. It's a Friday. Yes, I asked someone to stand in for me just for a few hours, and then I'll get back, and then I'll do a few errands here and there, and then I'll do things online and like more.
Support
team, yes.
Yeah, I love that we need really support, like every human does.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to other families striving to build resilience while honoring one another?
The advice I would give to families is I wish we could all focus on open communication between us and the children. You see, when you tell children every challenge that you face, I'm your friend, we need to talk. It helps a lot. These children will always confide in you, and you know how to fight as a family. Because when you fight together, it helps you. And then I would also advise families to create an environment where everyone feels loved and valued. Because you know there it's one thing to feel like you value me, and it's another thing for me to feel like even if I told you something, you didn't make sense out of it. So for those families that are actually struggling, please, let's work on our communication. Let's work on our communication. Let's tell these people that you don't even need to tell them, but make them feel it. Let someone feel like they are valued in your presence. Trust me, things will change. Allow space for failure. I mean, it's never a straight path. Even God knew. That's why he tells us in Psalms 23 that I'll be with you. In the shadows of death, I shall be there with you. Meaning he knew those shadows will come, but he will be there with us. So allow space for failure. If something happens, don't tell this kid, hey, you see, you're a failure, this and this. There are some parents who really talk so bad to these kids. And trust me, to put them down. Instead of someone growing up, they will just become something else. I'll give a funny story. There is a day my baby peed in the couch, and out of anger, I'm sorry, God, I gave her a slap. I'm like, why did you do that? And trust me, for the next 3 months, she did it every single day.
Wow.
Yes. That's how bad it was. I don't know how it happened, but until somehow, I had an inner talk with myself, and I said, I think I did something wrong. So I know it was a bit late, but I apologized. I called them like, okay, first come. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I did this and this. When you peed in the couch, I beat you. Maybe it wasn't right. Maybe by then you didn't know the right thing. So I'm so sorry. But kindly, every time you need to do this and this, make use of this place. And trust me, it has since changed. So for me, I feel like we just need to give that room for failure. Imagine if I had just told her this was wrong. Maybe the next day she would have done it, but not the next 1, 2, 3 months. It didn't make sense to me. So I think we just need to give that space for failure and encourage them that yes, you have fallen, but you have to rise up. And we can do this if we are friends with these children, if we are giving them time, if we are having an open communication, and if we are making them feel valued as children.
Wow. I love that. And really, wow. Allow your children. Like that space for failure. Yeah. Now, as parents, we want to see angels. We want to see our children.
We are not
so
angels ourselves.
Perfect.
True.
Yeah, and I keep asking myself, like, the things that really I struggle with. He or she is also human.
Yeah.
They might struggle with them. Like, we want to see them perfect. Don't do this. I don't expect you to do this. And it has actually brought a bad relationship amongst children and their parents. So really, really what you're talking about is so good, and I appreciate that. What hopes do you have for the future of family dynamics in relation to resilience and honoring one another?
Honoring one another. I feel like the future is bright. Why do I say this? Things are changing. Like I said in my earlier discussion, it's no longer about fathers. It's no longer about fathers doing what? It's no longer about fathers entering and kids go running. It has changed. So for me, I feel like there is hope. for families to be better. I feel like there is better communication now. You find a father and daughter, they are talking, they're having these breaks, what things that never used to happen those days. What are you telling your father?
Let me break you from there, but we are starting from that immediately after this short break. Dear viewer, we will take a very quick break. The show returns in a bit. Please don't change the station.